Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then pull up a chair. I'm over here looking for a certain topic and I run into this story and it's boom, just blows up huge. The headline for the story says a Florida spine surgeon and device company owner charged in kickback scheme. I don't know why I went further into it, only to find out that this Florida spine surgeon is a highly accomplished, highly educated individual that is also a Jamaican that is practicing medicine in the United States of America and is now in big legal troubles.
Have in family your pineapple grilled pork chops. It's all nice and flaky, very flaky. When you make your crust, it have to be flaky like this.
All right, my SouFLoTV audience, listen. If you have not found out about this channel yet and subscribed to this channel and started following this channel called Eat Good TV, I suggest that you go do so now. I did not even know that sweet potatoes can make a punch. I did not know that bammies can make burgers. I have never had pineapple pork before. I'm not even that good of a pork eater. But after seeing this lady, Miss Margaret, over at Eat Good TV do the pineapple pork, I tell you, say, I wanted to try the pineapple pork. Listen, man, she is setting the bar high, all right? And if you're into Jamaican food, I know you might be able to cook it already, but I guarantee you, you're not cooking it like she's cooking it. She is adding a twist to it. So, Miss Margaret, big up yourself over at Eat Good TV and SouFLoTV audience. If you're seeing this, please go find Eat Good TV and click that link and tell her I sent you. Because of what he's been accused of, shady business dealings, here is all the details. Sheesh! Pay attention. So, the first thing I ran into after I looked up his name and all this other stuff was what's going on in the background. Florida Health News produced this article that says prosecutors say that two executives with Spine Frontier are accused of paying millions of dollars in bribes disguised as consulting fees to surgeons in exchange for the surgeons to use the manufacturer's products. A Fort Lauderdale orthopedic surgeon and designer of costly spinal surgery implants was arrested. He was arrested and he was charged with paying millions of dollars in kickbacks and bribes to surgeons who agreed to use his company's devices. His name is Dr. Kingsley R. Chin. Dr. Kingsley R. Chin, 57 years old, is the founder, the chief executive officer, and the owner of Spine Frontier. Now, if you stop right there and just think about that, that is high accomplishment. Dr. Kingsley R. Chin. He is the founder, he is the chief executive officer, and he is the owner of Spine Frontier, according to Health News Florida, a device company that is based in Malden, Massachusetts. He and the company's chief financial officer, Aditya Humad, who's 36 years old, of Cambridge, Massachusetts, were each indicted on one count of conspiring to violate federal anti-kickback laws, 6 counts of violating the kickback statute, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering, officials have said. Here's the details. Here's the details. A lot of people are going to say, damn, he left Jamaica, he went to the U.S., he went to the top of what it means to accomplish the American dream, to dream big and go out and seize all opportunities and become that which you may successfully. And then does this. Details. And I encourage my audience who's listening, do not judge. Not yet. Pay attention to the details first. Reserve your judgment until after you have heard everything. The indictment alleges that Spine Frontier, which is owned by Chin and Humad, paid surgeons between $250 to $1,000 per hour in sham consulting fees, fake consulting fees for work that they did not perform. In exchange, the surgeons would agree to use Spine Frontier's products in operations paid for by federal healthcare programs such as Medicare and Medicaid. I gotta tell you right now, this is Medicare, Medicaid fraud. It's huge. You can get a lot of years in prison for this. A lot of years. A lot of y'all know that I work in the health field myself. I work in the field of occupational therapy, and I know very well if you falsify some documents and you cause Medicare or Medicaid to pay out when they are not supposed to pay out or pay out more than they're supposed to. For instance, if you falsify treatment reports that says you spent an hour with a client working on strengthening, left side strengthening, and so on and so forth, when in fact you did not see that client that day, or you only saw the client for 15 minutes but you billed for an hour, that can send you to prison. You will lose your license and you will be sent to prison for quite a long period of time. This is kind of like the same scenario, right? Not kind of, it is. The report says that the surgeons accepted between $32,625 and $978,000 in improper payments. This is according to the indictment. Kickback arrangements pollute federal healthcare programs and take advantage of patient needs for financial gains, said Nathaniel Mendel, who is the acting U.S. attorney for the District of Massachusetts. Medical device manufacturers must play by the rules, and we will keep pursuing those who fail to do so, regardless of how their corruption is disguised. Chin, the Jamaican doctor that practices in the U.S., and Spine Frontier, which is his company, they were the subject of a KHN investigation that was published in June that found that the manufacturers of hardware for spinal implants, artificial knees, and hip joints had paid more than $3.1 billion with a B billion dollars to orthopedic and neurosurgeons from August of 2013 through 2019. These surgeons collected more than $500 million in industry consulting fees, federal payment records show. Sheesh. Yo, talk about choppy line. When this man here chop him, did a chop big. When I talk about chopper, some man don't need to go to school and use on the brain and study, because you see white collar crime, that is where the real money is if you actually want to be a criminal. You don't have to pick up a gun and kill anybody, my friend, and go do 30, 40 years in a prison. Them people here, this man will probably get at most 10 years in prison. Maybe 10, 15, somewhere in there, and that's on the extreme. 5 to 10 years at the most, if he does any prison time at all. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be coming back out to wherever this money is stashed at. Some people look at it like this. If you walk up to somebody and you say, yo, if I can give you $1 billion with a B, one, but you have to do 5 years in prison, would you do it? Most people would tell you, hell yeah. I'll come out, I'll stash my money, $1 billion. I'll come out of prison and I'll change my life forever. I'll use some of my money to go get some therapy for all the trauma that I'm going to go through in prison. I just got to make it through them 5 years. People like me would say, hell no, because I could go in there and die and I wouldn't be out to spend $1 billion. Prison ain't for me. But most people will chance it, especially when there's money like this on the line. This is chopping it big, my friend. Let me read through that part of the indictment again. This is not SouFLoTV's information. This is what has been put out there by Health News Florida per the indictment. Chin, the Jamaican doctor, and Spine Frontier, which is his company, were the subjects of the KHN investigation that was published in June that found that manufacturers of hardware for spinal implants, artificial knees, and hip and joints had paid more than $3.1 billion to orthopedic and neurosurgeons from January 2013 through 2019. These surgeons collected more than $500 million with a B in industry consulting fees, Federal Payment Records shows. Chin, who is a self-styled doctorpreneur, he calls himself a doctorpreneur, which is a doctor and an entrepreneur. In Jamaica, we have another one that we use for scammers that's called an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, because he's chopping, entrepreneur. Anyhow, he's a styled doctorpreneur, right? He is an entrepreneur. He formed Spine Frontier about a decade ago after completing his training at Harvard Medical School. So, to make it into Harvard Medical School and to be black and Jamaican, that's a huge feat within itself. So obviously he was one of the brightest of the bright minds out there, correct? All right. Chin has patented dozens of pieces of spine surgery hardware, such as donut-shaped plastic cages, titanium screws, and other products that generated some $100 million in sales for his company, Spine Frontier. According to government officials, and then in 2018, Spine Frontier valued Chin's ownership of the company at, get this, 75 million US dollars. That is, okay, listen to me. Before I go any further, I have to put this out there. There are rumors out there that there is a plot to bring him down because he is so bright and because he holds the patent to so many of these creations that in actuality, in the long run, are worth hundreds of billions with a B dollars or even trillions of dollars within the health industry in the long haul, right? And they have already estimated that his share of Spine Frontier is valued currently at 75 million US dollars. So this man is worth a whole lot of money, but he also has a whole lot of brains. He has patented dozens of pieces of spine surgery hardware. This is a black man. He is also an immigrant in the US. Dozens of pieces of surgery hardware, such as the donut-shaped plastic cages, another thing that's called titanium screws, and other products that generated some $100 million in sales for Spine Frontier. And this is according to government officials, not according to SouFLoTV. In 2018, Spine Frontier valued Chin's ownership of the company at $75 million, though its current worth, right now as I speak to you, is unclear. He maintains a medical practice in Hollywood, Florida. Neither Chin nor Humad, which is his business partner, could be reached for comments when this article was printed. Seth Orand, a Boston attorney who represents Humad, said that his client denies all charges and they look forward to their day in court. The Department of Justice filed a civil lawsuit against Chin. The Department of Justice filed a civil lawsuit against Chin and against Spine Frontier, which is his company, in March of 2020, accusing the company of illegally funneling more than $8 million to nearly 3 dozen spine surgeons through the sham consulting fees. Chin and Spine Frontier have yet to file a response to that suit. However, at least 6 surgeons have admitted wrongdoing in the civil case and have paid back a total of $3.3 million in penalties. Now, this is where it gets sticky. See, when they come for you, right, everybody has to stay still. But there are people that are going to jump ship. And once people starts to jump ship on you and says, look, man, I don't even want to go any further with this. I'm guilty. Yes, I did do the sham deal with Dr. Chin. He was the lead behind it. He told me if I falsified some documents saying that I did these consultations, he would pay me this much and we would use his stuff in the surgery and blah, blah, blah for a kickback. Turns out quite a few doctors, surgeons, 6 of them, have already admitted to the wrongdoing in the civil case and have paid back a total of $3.3 million in penalties. Another, Dr. Jason Montone, 45 years old of Lawson, Missouri, he just straight up went in and pleaded guilty to criminal kickback charges, and he is set to be sentenced early this year of 2022. We have not heard anything from them, and I am looking around to find a follow-up to the case, and it seems like everything has gone offline. They have suddenly become very quiet about this case. Federal law prohibits doctors from accepting anything of value from a device maker for agreeing to use its products, though most offenders do not normally face criminal prosecution. The grand jury indictment lists several surgeons as having received bribes totaling $2,747,463 to serve as a sham consultant. One doctor, identified only as surgeon number 7, he alone received $978,831, and this is according to the indictment. This is stuff that they can prove, documents they have that back up what they are accusing him of. Many of the illicit payments were made through a Fort Lauderdale company controlled by Chin and Humad. Again, Dr. Chin and his business partner, according to the indictment. The Spine Frontier executive set up a separate company partly to evade requirements for device companies to report payment to surgeons to the government, according to the indictment. Some surgeons were told that they could bill for more consulting hours if they use more expensive Spine Frontier products. Wow. Conspiring to violate the kickback law can bring a sentence of up to 5 years in prison, while violating the kickback law can result in a sentence of up to 10 years in prison. That means if you're conspiring, if you're planning, and they catch you in the planning phase before you actually violate the kickback laws, you're looking at up to 5 years in prison. It's like somebody wants a spouse killed, so you go out to hire a hitman. It's different from actually hiring a hitman that actually did kill your spouse. If they catch you in the planning phase, you get a lot of years, but you don't get as many years as if they actually killed the spouse. It's the same thing. If he was caught in the planning process, he's looking at up to 5 years. If he violated, which they said that he did in the indictment, and some of these surgeons have already pleaded guilty and confessed. One went in and just straight up confessed. He's looking at 10 years. Kickbacks paid to surgeons as sham medical consultants, as alleged in this case, cheat patients and taxpayers alike, said Philip Coyne, Special Agent in charge of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office of Inspector General. Working with our law enforcement partners, we will continue to investigate kickback schemes that threaten the integrity of our federal healthcare system, no matter how these schemes are disguised. And this was printed in the Health News Florida Health News. Wow. Listen, I don't know. Somebody is gonna say, yo, if I egg we in the red, and Jamaicans them in everything, my friend. So I looked around some more, and then I found Lo and behold, Nationwide Radio Jamaica covered it, and the last printout they did to include a picture of Dr. King was September 10th of 2021. I'm trying to look to see where this is going to go. Like, where is it at now? Was he released on bail, bond? Is he still in practice? Was his license revoked? Where is he at? Is he in prison or in jail? Has he been sentenced? No update can be found online. A Jamaican U.S. medical doctor arrested for money laundering following an indictment in the United States is what it said. And then it said a well-known Jamaican medical doctor, inventor, and entrepreneur based in the United States is among two men that were arrested for bribery and money laundering charges following a U.S. Justice Department indictment. So they actually did arrest Dr. King. And I'm trying to figure out where he's at in the system. They have accused Dr. Kinsley Chin of, I kept saying King, Dr. Kinsley Chin, who is 57-year-old. They've accused him of these charges. And Dr. Chin, who's from Portland, Jamaica, he is the founder, the chief executive officer, and the owner of Spine Frontier, a device company that is based in Malden, Massachusetts. A publication by the U.S. Justice Department says that Chin and the company's chief financial officer, who is Aditya Humad, were each indicted this week on one count of conspiring to violate federal anti-kickback laws, 6 counts of violating the kickback statutes, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering. There you have it. He was arrested and they were charged. The men were arrested earlier this week. Chin is based in Florida and is an orthopedic surgeon and a designer of high-end spinal surgery implant things. He's formally charged with paying millions of dollars in kickback and bribes to surgeons who agreed to use his company's devices. The indictment alleges that Spine Frontier, Chin, and Humad paid surgeons between $250 and $1,000 per hour in sham consulting fees for work that they actually did not perform. In exchange, the surgeons allegedly agreed to use Spine Frontier's products in operations that were paid for by federal healthcare programs such as Medicare and Medicaid. The surgeons allegedly accepted $32,000 to $978,000 in improper payments. These are checks. Chin and Humad have so far denied all allegations. Chin is a self-styled doctorpreneur, as we said before, and according to the U.S. government officials, Chin has patented dozens of pieces of spine surgery equipment or hardware, and I'm telling you that there's a rumor out there that there is also a plot to bring him down, because he is so accomplished. I mean, come on. They have already net his worth in his company at 75 million US dollars. And there's no telling how much it is worth today. Plus, he holds patent to a whole lot of stuff that is worth a whole lot of money. Wow. Listen. In 2015, the Young Caribbean Professional Network presented Chin with the International Entrepreneur of the Year award at their national fundraising event, which was held in Philadelphia. And it's just giving a little background that Dr. Chin has been referred to in online publications as a serial entrepreneur who has received acclaims or acclamations for Prove Yourself, Life and Business Lessons for Success, a book about his journey from boyhood in Buff Bay, Portland, to the top of the medical world. Now, leave your comments in the comment section below. I know this isn't a complete ending, but I'm doing my just due by trying to find and update you with what has been going on with him. I think I'm going to try to reach out to Dr. Chin, or at least to his business, to see if he is still around and see what we can get from this. What we know so far about his legal troubles is this. I'll catch you on the next video with SouFLoTV. Be careful out there. I'm out. Peace.
Alright guys, so we're good to go. Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to Keegan's Kitchen.
Alright, guys, let's take a minute to acknowledge this channel right here. A professional chef, also a member of the USPCA. That's the United States Personal Chef Association.
Oh my
Chef
God.
Keegan. Keegan's
My chicken
Kitchen
farm is
is the
looking
channel's
beautiful.
name. I want
So
you to
good.
go over there and subscribe to that channel and help that brother to get his channel to grow. He is certified in what he does. He is a professional personal chef. And good God, his food shows it. His preparation style shows it. Don't take my word for it. Head on over to Keegan's Kitchen. Hit that subscribe button. Tell him SouFLoTV sent you. I am selling membership to my channel. There's a link right down here. Look down there. Click the link. It will be in the comment section as the first comment. I will pin it there. And it will also be in the description of the video under this video, right? Me not give him no money. Me not pay for listen to him. After me listen to him for all them years, yeah. Scam people, you know. Yo, I'm to the boy, yeah. Yo, boy, I'm gonna look work. You will never be rich off of me. You know, if we hit 2,000 paid members on this channel, I will give away $1,000 US every 30 days. There's a link right down here. Look down there. Click the link. It will be in the comment section as the first comment. I will pin it there. And it will also be in the description of the video under this video. All right, listen, so you started a business, right? Whether it's a brick and mortar business or a business online. How is your business doing? Is it doing well? Do you need promotions? You cannot afford to start a business and not do promotions. Promotions is what it's all about. Some people have a big budget. That way they can spend a whole lot of money on these huge platforms. MSNBC, NBC, CNN, all those. Your budget might not be that. Those are $1 million budgets. At the same time, you can still reach a demographic of people that might be interested in your business. And how do you do that? You do that by piggybacking on one of these channels that the core audience of that channel is also the type of people you are trying to reach with your business. It works, okay? Hook up, give me a call, or shoot me an email and let's get your promo going right now. I don't care what business it is, I can send people to you. Now, before we go, let me say this. I am not guaranteeing you a certain amount of subscribers. You are the one that will have to, or I'm not guaranteeing you a certain amount of people that will come. You are the one that has to continue to push your business. Okay, with you promoting your business yourself and me promoting your business for you, there's no way you can't win. So give me a call right now or shoot me an email and let's work this out. I have a promotion special going on right now. Pretty much anybody can afford this, okay? It is more than half of what I normally do things for. Get in on a deal before it's gone. I'll let this one pass you. Call right now. Email right now. Let's get this moving. Promotions, promotions, promotions. That's what it's all about.